The merciless yellow star of the Sonoran system beats down on me with such ferocity I can feel its teeth sink into my flesh. Sweat flashes instantly to vapor, leaving only gritty salt behind, and a fading memory of shade. Daylight bright, I think. What does that even mean out here?
Daylight bright is one of the most subjective phrases in the English language. If a manufacturer says their scope is daylight bright, does that mean it's bright enough you can tell it is turned on, or bright enough it demands your attention? Is it enough for a little contrast against a dark target area, or is it so bright it pops like a road flare? Reflex and holographic style red dot sights, almost without exception, are so brilliant they demand your attention at high noon on a cloudless day against a sandy berm. But etched reticle sights are usually somewhat less bright. Still, etched reticle sights have a lot of advantages over red dots. An etched reticle doesn't need any power at all to be visible, and it doesn't get blurry for people with astigmatism. But etched reticles simply cannot be as bright as red dots because to illuminate an etched reticle, you have to shine an LED on an etched section of physical glass, which causes much of the light to be lost to scattering, whereas in a red dot sight, the illumination is reflected directly at your eye with very low loss. This is where I'd put my ad if I had a sponsor, but I don't, so join my Patreon, please, only $1.
The new Primary Arms Nova uses a fiber optic wire to deliver the full brightness of the LED directly to your eye, just the same as a red dot. It is a 1:6 by 24 millimeter, low-power variable scope with an innovative second focal plane reticle consisting of an ultra-bright red dot in the center of a crosshair. The vertical crosshair features horizontal stadia lines for rough ranging and bullet drop compensation out to 600 yards, and there are marks on the horizontal crosshair for moving target leads. Elevation and windage clicks are 1/10 of a mil. Eye relief is 4 inches. The tube diameter is 30 millimeter. Weight is 18 ounces, and the price is $340.
If you'll pardon the pun, the star here is the brightness of that center dot, and it really does live up to the name Nova. It truly is every bit as bright as the Aimpoint or EOTech you're familiar with, far brighter than most etched reticle scopes from Primary Arms or other makers. It's even brighter than the Vortex Razor Gen 3 and EOTech Voodoo. And while the eye relief is not infinite like with a red dot, the eye box is still forgiving enough at 1 power that if you get your cheek almost anywhere on the stock behind it, you'll have a sight picture. Unless your name is Admiral Akbar. There is no such thing as a free lunch though, and not even this LPVO is quite as fast as a red dot, particularly when you get into really awkward field positions. But with anything approaching a normal cheek weld, this shoots about the same as any red dot. But remember, the crosshair still functions just the same without the illumination on, so this is a good time to ask about whether a daylight bright reticle is even a thing you need. Red dot reticles have to get brighter as the target area gets brighter in order to be seen, but black etched reticles give more contrast as the target area gets brighter. Still, there are lots of folks who believe brighter equals faster, and who am I to disagree? If you want to run your LPVO with no magnification as if it were a red dot, the Nova's reticle is every bit as bright. And at the same time, it has the ability to crank up the magnification to 6 power without silly floppy to the side magnifiers too. The removable throw lever makes magnification changes smooth and easy. Because the dot you see is the end of the fiber wire, it cannot be in the first focal plane, where increasing magnification would increase the size of the dot. That means the ranging and bullet drop compensation features in this reticle are only correct at full magnification. The Nova reticle is also much simpler than other ACSS reticles. It still has ranging, bullet drop, and moving target leads, but with a minimalist approach. So, bottom line it, the Nova is an LPVO and there are many like it, but this one is heckin' bright. It is indeed daylight bright, no matter what that means to you, even out here in the Sonoran system. Does that mean you can have your cake and eat it too? No, it's still an LPVO and it's still a compromise. It's not an optimal long-range optic or the perfect CQB sight, but LPVOs can do everything from bad breath to 600 yards pretty okay. If you knew how far the bad guy would be, you'd choose an optic made for that. But if you want a sport utility rifle to do all the things, LPVOs make a lot of sense. What makes this one stand out from the others is the insanely bright reticle and the price point. The rest of the scope is very similar to other primary arm scopes in all the best ways. Is it the best choice for your needs? Who am I to say? Did I give you the info you need to make a choice? I hope so. Thanks for watching. I love you.